So this is my source code, then my video demonstration, section 1, video demo, section 1, all CS students. Another video demonstration, section 2. Okay, so there. Okay, so first, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Good. So I have 2 hours or less. Okay, so for the IT students, let's start with the IT students muna. Okay, so for the IT students, this is an example. This is working already. Okay, so I'll go now to my directory, Laravel, and then blog. Okay. So let me rename to working. Okay. And then I will run my sump for my database. Start. Okay. And then I'll open localhost phpMyAdmin. Laravel, product, Laravel, and then I have the products. Okay, so first let me delete product. Okay, so let's start. So based from our manual, we have to create our project. So let me open our command prompt so that we don't have any problem with our command prompt. So let's run it with us administrator. Okay, and then let's go now to our directory, Laravel. Then next, okay, so we have to copy this one so that we can create our project. Composer, create project, prefer this Laravel blog. So in our directory, Laravel, drive C, Laravel. So this is our project. Okay, so let's wait, downloading. Okay, so done. So now let's open our Visual Studio Code, and then let um, open our project, so Laravel and blog. Okay, so these are the content of our project. So next is we have to configure our database. So this is our, so let me open that env. So in here we have the database connection. So this is our database connection, the MySQL. We have the the host name. For the PHP, that is localhost, but for the Laravel, that is 127.0.0.1. So this is the IP address, and then we have port 3306, and then database Laravel, and then we have the username root, and then the password is empty or none, so it's correct. And then in your database, see to it that you have the Laravel database. Okay, so let me delete the Laravel database. Okay, and then what will happen if I will continue? Okay, so take note, I deleted already the Laravel database in my PHP my admin. And then okay, so yeah, so you have to create a database named Laravel in your PHP my admin. Databases, so database name Laravel, create, good. And then we have to migrate. Right. Okay. We have migration, so this is migration, and then we have migrate. Dalawa yun. The first is migration. It will create a model for your database. So in our database Laravel, we don't have yet table on that. So this one, in our migration, so let me check our database migration. So in my migration, I have here the user table. So later on, if I will run the migrate, this one, so it will create the table for the user table, for the password, and etc. Okay, but for the product, we have to create another model or migration for that. So we have to run this command. So php artisan make a migration, create product, etc. So and then we have to go to our directory blog, then paste php artisan migration. So in our migration, we have only 3 files: user, password, and field jobs. Okay, then okay, good. So created migration 2021, etc. Create product table. So in our migration, under the database, and then we have migration, so it created this one. So we have the ID, and then we have the timestamp, and then we'll be adding some columns. So these are the column names. So after the command, you will find the following, and then we have to add. Okay, let's check migration blueprint schema, and then we have extend migration, return void app, and then for the columns, so these are the columns, we have to add the this one, name and details. Paste name and details, save, don't forget to save, Ctrl S, name and details, good. Okay, so a while ago we ran this one to create this file, and then we added some of the column names, but in our database, there's no yet table created. So in order for us to create a table in our database, okay, we have to run the PHP artisan migrate. Paste PHP artisan migrate, then yan, migration table created successfully. So let's take a look at our database, then Laravel. So yun, we have failed jobs, migration, password, and then we have the products. So this one, in our project we'll be using this table, okay, Laravel, and then we have products. Next, so we have to add resources to our route. So we have to open the web. So here we have routes, and then we have the web here, and then we have to add the following. So let's copy this one. We have the route, and we have to add this one, app HTTP controllers, then product controller. Later on we'll be creating that one. Anyway, that is app HTTP controllers, and then we'll be adding product here, product controller. But anyway, so let's go back to our routes, and then web, and then there we have to redirect. We'll be changing this one, so let's copy the whole code, copy, and then paste, save. Don't forget to save. So we have this will be our address later on. Next is we have to add a controller and model. Okay, so now we should create new controller as a product controller to run below command to create a new controller below controller for create resources controller. And then we have the model, so we have to create the controller and the model. So here we have the HTTP, and then we have the controllers. So we don't have yet the product controller, kasi in our web.php we have here, we have to use this one, PHP controller. So we'll be adding controller in here. So the command is this one. Next, paste app model product does not exist. Do you want to generate it? Yes. Why? So controller created, a model created successfully, and controller created successfully. So in our app HTTP controllers, we have the controller, the product controller, and as well as for the model, I forgot to check this one a while ago, but then again it will create two files, the product controller, and then we have the product model. So this is my product model, and this is my product controller. Next, so after below command, you will find a new file in the path we have there. So this is the file, and then in this computer we'll create 7 methods by default. As below methods, we have the index, create, store, show, edit, update, and then we have the destroy or delete. So let's open our product controller, and then we have to copy the following. Copy, and then by Control A, then paste, save. So here we have what? We have the index. Okay. It will just retrieve the data from our database and show. We have the create, and then we have the store. Create is just only yung create form, and then we have the store for the insert. Parang this is our create process, I mean create form, and this is our create process. Okay, so that is the difference between the two. Okay, so we have this one is the create form, and this one is for the create process. Okay, yeah. And then here, and so this one is show, this is for the read form, and then we have the edit, this is the edit form, and then we have the uh, this is our edit process, or ito yung update form, ayan, update form, and this is our update process. Ayan. And then here we have the last one, so this is our delete uh, delete form, no, delete process. We have only one delete process only. So let's dissect. uh, we have the store. Wait. Ito muna tayo. For the index, it will just retrieve the data from our database. We have view, and then we have the create. This one will open the product view, create. Later on, we'll be creating this one. And then we have the store. For the store, we have the create, so that it will save all the data from our database. So this is our insert process, and then it will just redirect to our index later on once we successfully save the data. So this is our save data, and then it will redirect to our product.index, which is our home page. And then we
So
have the
since the
show,
pages are all empty,
and then we have the edit,
let's now
and
add
so
the
on.
event pattern.
So
And then for activities, we have a
next
given
is we
here.
have to
So
create
for
our
example, say
forms,
system uses
kasi
floppy
this one is
SSDs
for the
because
redirecting
only
or
access
opening.
pages with the main memory. Now it uses now the
And
distributed
then, by the way,
views.
we have
For
the model
example,
pala. Models, then we
HTML,
have the product.php. We have
HTML5C,
to
and then
add this
assume that
one,
the
name and
first
details.
four frames
So
has
copy, and
number
then we have
3,
to open
4,
our
5, and
model,
6.
product, paste.
Example.
So we
So let's
added the
now we
name
have to
and details. So what are those?
read
Those
line
are
6 down.
our
So
column
siya,
names
we have
in
3,
our
okay.
database.
So the first frame that
Laravel,
will be
and then
nothing.
products,
Yan. Page 1,
name
2.
and details. So we have name and
Then we
details.
have
Okay,
3,
next.
4, or sorry. Then we have 3,
So add
4,
blade
5.
files.
Okay, then next is we have 3, 4, 5, and 6. See, yung given. The given is not all
Okay,
the,
so mainly we have to create a layout
numbers or the
file, and
pages
then
are not
create
on
a new folder
not
products,
exactly on
then
the
create
given,
the blade
but
files of
it is
crude
on
app.
the
So finally we have to create the
primary.
following below blade
So
files. So
sabi
we
niya,
have the layout,
yeah,
index,
assume
create,
that the
and
first four
edit
frames has 3, 4,
blade.php.
5, 6 page references, and then compute the total number of page fault that will occur while processing the page reference string. So let's start
Okay,
now
edit and then
using
show.
our list recently used. So first,
Okay, anyway.
inside the given, we have 20
Okay,
pages
so
given
first
in
we
our
have to create in our
memory
views
allocation. So let's start now. On the first frame, since each column
resources,
is not
and then
presented
we have
on the
views. We
first
have to
four
create
frames, we will
a
be
new
having now
folder
page 1 and
name, I
page
forgot,
1.
products.
So this recently used will now be applied. Okay, so we will throw out now
So
the
under the
way
products, we
reference
have to
3.
create the
Since
following.
it is the list
First
recently
is
used,
we have the
so we
layout
will change
blade,
3 into 1. So our page now will be 1,
new
4,
file,
5, and 6,
and
and
then we
also
have
the
to
page 4.
copy the code,
So let's
and then paste.
identify now as to what we finish.
Next
Then next
is we
is
have
we
the
have 5.
index
So since 5 is
blade.
already on our page
So
frame,
new
we
file,
will just
index
copy yes
blade.php.
only. So we have now 1, 4,
There.
5, and 6, and that would be a hit.
save. Then next is we have the create
We have
blade.
6. So that's this 6 is already on the page
New
grade.
folder,
So
new
you will
file.
copy 1, 4, 5, and 6.
Then
Also
copy
that
the
will be
codes.
copied. And then we also have 1, copy again. So 1,
Then next is
4,
we have the
5,
edit
and
blade.
6. That will be a keep. Now on the
Okay.
next screen, on the next page, sorry, we will be having our page called on 2.
Copy and then paste.
So,
Save.
will be the
Then
page
we
or the
have the show
reference
blade
that we will throw out.
.php. New
That's not
file,
from this spreader
showblade.php.
level.
Then copy
4. Okay.
and
So we
then
will
paste.
change 4
Save.
to 2. So the frame now will
Okay,
be
so
1,
let me
2,
discuss first
5, and 6.
this
That will be a page 4. Next, 3.
okay, so we have the products.
So,
Okay, so by the way, we have the
3.
products in here.
We
So we
have
have this one, the products, and then we have the create blade.
Are you there, Mr. Tita?
First, we have the index
5.
muna.
Okay.
For
Next
the
page.
index,
Now 5 to 3.
we have
That will be
to
another page 4. So the page
call
is
the
1, 2,
layout.
3.
So this is
And
our
then
layout, that
6.
blade.
Page
So
4.
if you notice in our
Okay,
in
another
our
page 4 on
create,
4.
in our
We
edit,
will change it.
in our
We will
index, we
throw
have
out.
layout, product
This is
layout,
the
and then we
lessons that
have
we
the
use.
for the show we have the
Let's
layout.
have
By the way,
Mr.
when we run the
Lina.
program, this is our output.
Okay na. 3.
Wrong. Sorry.
6
It
is
should be in the
the
command prompt.
So we
PHP
will change
artisan
that
and
6
then
to
this one.
6.
Copy and
As you
then
can see, the frame now has
paste.
6, 1,
Sorry.
2, and
And
3.
so not
Okay, so
found
let's go
because
to page
in our route,
6.
if you notice
So we
in
will
our
change
route
6 into 4.
web,
That will be a hit.
it should be
Sorry, that will be
products.
page
So
4.
here
So
we
the
have to
reference
put
1, 2,
products.
3, and 4. That will
Huh?
be a page 4. Okay. Another page 4 on 5.
Products.
So the
There.
space that we use now is
Okay. So this is our
1.
index.
Now more 5,
So in our index,
3, and 4.
we have
That will be
so we have the session, etc. And then we have the table.
another page 4 on 1.
Yeah. So let me discuss this one, the table.
So we
For the
will go on
table,
the page.
we have the number, name, details, and
Let's
action.
start Mr. Gregorio.
So number, name, details, and then we have the action.
2. Okay. So
For
here we
each
have
meaning,
the frame now.
it's a looping statement where
So we have 5,
it
1,
will look for your
3,
database.
and that will
Okay.
be
So in your database, here,
since
Laravel, and then we have the products.
3 is already on our frame.
There,
So we
products
can
as
just copy.
product.
So we have
So
5,
this is our
1,
product table.
3, and 4. That will
There,
be a
products. Okay. This is our table. And then it will retrieve. So, parang this is our variable. The product is our variable. And this one, this is the name of our table. Okay. Product. And then in our product, we have the name. We have the name. And then we have the details. We have the details. And then we have the form action. For the form action, we have the show, edit, and then we have the delete. Okay. We are using the post method. So parang action, route, product destroy, product ID. It will get the specific ID that you want to show, that you want to edit, that you want to delete. Okay. And then we have the delete button. So here, so first we have to create muna. Let's try to create. So for the create, we go to products and then create.
Thrown out on the page, frame. Let's have
What's
Mr.
that?
Anisanio.
Okay, this one. So we have the create new product button. So this is the button, and then it will redirect to our products create. Where is our product create? So this is our products. Okay, products. So this is the name of our folder, and then we have the create. So this is our create form. So we have the add new product, we have add new
On
product,
page 2, is
we
category.
have the back, okay, back. So when we click the back
Page
button,
reference 2,
it will it will open the
1.
products
So it
index.
says
Let's try. So
5
it
is
go
the
back to
model
our
exam.
index. So this is our
And
index.
then we have
Next,
model 1, 3, 5,
alert
and
if
6.
there is any
Page
uh,
3. So we will change now
something
1,
wrong with
2.
this
Sorry,
one. For
2,
example,
5, 3, and
yan.
6.
For
And
example,
it
it's
will be
empty.
page
So
4.
oops, there were
Next,
some problems
page
with your
reference
input.
3.
The
So
name
it's
field is
category
required. The
since it is
details
on our
field
page
is
name.
required.
So we have 5,
So
2,
this one.
3,
So this
and
is an
6.
error.
That will be a hit.
And then we have here
Okay.
the action for the
Another
store.
page
So
4
for example,
on
we write Jofer,
So let's
product
have
Jofer. For example,
Mr.
t-shirt.
So, so what page should
Uh,
be thrown out from our
shoot.
page name? Mr. So are you there?
Uh, name of t-shirts,
Yes.
Nike. Parang shoes naman yun.
From,
Anyway, so for
so we
example,
have
t-shirt
another
and then
page
we have the
called
following details,
4.
Nike.
So
And
save
then
ang
here,
ating save ang
we
caracas or
have the
save ang
button
caracas
submit
sa ating page name.
and yung form. So this is our
1.
form. Until
What is
here,
the
we have the
page?
button submit. So
So we
once
have
we
the
click the
page name, we
submit
have 5,
button,
6,
by the way, for the
and
form, we have
3.
the name, we have the
So
input
this
type
is the
name
fuse.
and
We have
name, and then we
now
have the
5 will
details.
be
This is the
changed
text area.
over.
Yan. So for the text area, you can
6, 5
resize.
is, and then
So
this
this
is
is the text area.
continuous.
The name of
So
the
we have
text area is
4,
details.
2, 3,
Okay?
and 6. That will
Name
be
and
page 4.
details. So parang page P.
Okay,
Same
another
with
page
true with
called
the page P.
1.
So when we click the submit button, it will
And
go
we
to
have
our product store.
Mr. Miss Toledo.
Ah, products store post. What is that?
Page 1 on 1.
In our
So
controller.
what are we
So
doing?
let's take a look at our controllers.
6.
There.
6. So we will change
So you
6
can
to
see
1.
here
So the frame now would be
store.
4, 2, 3, and 6, 1, sorry. And that would be
No, no, no pala.
page 4.
So ano yung create,
Next,
create.
copy.
So this,
Since we
yan,
have
store.
copy,
Okay?
so
So
we have 4,
this is our
2,
store.
3, and 1.
So it will create and then save that in our database, and then later on it will redirect to our index. Let's try submit. So this is our index. Tama, it redirects to our index. And this one, this is the parang this is our query or our command to save all the data from our database. So I have t-shirt details. Okay?
So the page code would be,
So
let's
take a
change
look at our
1
database.
to 5.
Ano no, Laravel, and then products.
And 5. And that would
So we have name and then we have the
So the
details.
next
So this
process
created
would
and
be
updated that
let's compute
this
now
is auto
this
generated.
page code or the page code.
But what is important
And
here
then
is the name
our
and
page
details.
code.
Parang this
So
one is
let's count now
automatic
our page code.
based from our
So page
program or
code, we have
database.
1, 2,
Parang
3,
this one,
4, 5,
ID.
6, 7,
Our
8,
ID is
9, 10.
auto increment and created that and then dated that. That is timestamp.
This is equal to 50.
Okay, next.
And then our heat is
What is
equal
that
to
all?
1, 2,
In our model, take note that in our model,
6,
we have
7,
here
8,
the name and
9.
details.
So heat is
Okay,
equal to 9.
next. Product controller,
So we have
and then
now this one.
where's our output?
This ratio
And next is we have the show. So let's go now to our index again.
divided by
Let's
24.
go back to our blade view products, and then we have the index
So we have now
table. This one, yeah. We have the show button action. So this one is it will open our show.
so your answer
So this is our show.
is equal to 62
This one.
50%.
Then with
Now for the heat ratio,
this
We have
ID.
now 9.
Yung
So we have
specific
9
ID.
divided by
Take note
24.
na we have in a looping
That will
statement, so
minus
this is a
100%.
looping statement for each.
So we
Okay?
have 9
So for example, we
divided by
choose this one.
24 is equal to 2 times
So that
100%.
is the
So
ID
that
is
will be
1.
equal to 27 for
ID, product ID is 1, and then when we click show,
so this one would be for the
it
list.
will open
This
this
will
one showed
be
blade,
use.
and then it will
Questions?
refresh. I mean, it will display the name, and then we have the details. Let's
Any
try show.
questions?
There we have t-shirt, and then we have the name. Tama, we have show product, so this is
So
our show
next,
product,
we
and then we
discussed
have the
about
name,
the list
we have the
that
name, and
we
then we have
use.
the details.
The list that
Okay,
we
so you
use
can
is a
put
type of action button
some
used
design
to
if you want.
manage the memory
It's
within
okay.
a computer.
And then we
Now
have
every
the back
action is
button. For
full
the back
and it
button,
requires
same.
more room. The
There it
system
will
now
go
will
back
purge
or
the
open
item in
our
the lowest
index again.
reference
Now in our
frequency.
index we have the edit. So when
So
we
we
click
have
the
now
edit
list
button, it will go to our
frequently used.
product show. Same.
So
Ay, hindi pala.
if we
Show
have
edit.
now
Product edit.
another
So this is our edit
part of
blade.
our discussion,
And then in
which
our
is the
edit blade,
frequency count.
same. We have the back.
So we will be having a frequency count.
So if there's something, so let's go na to our edit. So pumunta yan sa edit, and then we have 1. So this is the ID number.
So since
Anyway,
we have no numbers, these are this one.
index. Yan. So we have here
Save.
products, and then we have the ID. So this is our ID,
Numbers
and then
are
it
the
will go
same.
to our edit.
Pages, page
Tama.
reference given.
So let's go
And
na to
then
our
we
edit.
have now the problem.
So if in
the
case, so
system
this
uses
is a
four-page views
alert
for storing
notification.
tasks
So
images
if
in
in case
our
that it is
main
blank,
menu. So this one would
oops,
be
there's something
the
wrong,
four
etc.
pages. Then
And
assume
then
that
we
the
have
first
here the
four
form action,
pages has 3, 4, 5,
same
and
post
6
method, and
page
then it will
references.
route to our
Okay, so
product
let's get it
update.
out. We have 3,
So what is our product update?
then we have
In
another
our
3, 4,
controller again, product controller,
then we
we
have
have
3,
the
4,
product
5,
update.
page
We
4,
have the edit, and then we have the update.
and then
This one.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Okay?
page 4. Now the
Let me
frequency
check
count
our
is the moment that
tama.
the page
And
references arrives on the page frames, we will count now their
edit.
frequency. So for example, we will be having
So we
1,
have product
2,
update,
3, 4, 5,
then
6.
we have the
These
name,
are the different pages.
so that it will display in our text box. So when we refresh, we have ID number 1, t-shirt, and
These are the different
details,
pages.
product name.
Now
Okay,
on
yan na. Input type
given,
text, so this is a text box,
this one
and
ay
then the name is
0
name,
kasi
and
wala
then
pa
we
siya
have
sa
the value
page frame.
product name. So that's why we have this one.
So
And then
sabihin na
placeholder
meron
name.
isa.
So this is the placeholder name.
Si 4 ay isa
Okay.
na rin. Si
Next
5
is we
ay
have the
isa.
details, same
And
text
si 6
area,
ay
and
isa. So these are the
style,
frequency count
name
of the
details,
count.
and then we have the
Ibig sabihin,
details.
we have 1 na 3, we have 1, 4,
And then we have this one.
5,
This is
and 1,
our
6.
content. So we have Nike. And then when we click the submit
Sabihin
button,
mo rin na sa isang 1,
it will go to
isang
our
4,
product update.
okay.
So in
So
our
you will
controller,
have
we have the
now,
product update, this one. And then it will
Since
validate the name and details. So we have the name and details.
page reference 1,
So that is
and
required.
the frequency count
And
is
then
pare-parehas. We have the same frequency
if we don't have any
count.
problem, then it will save
We
all
will
the
go
data.
to apply
This is
now
the
first
data.
name,
We have
first
name
count.
and details, all the data, and then update that in our product table, products table.
So if we have three,
And then it will redirect to our index once it is successful. Let's try
right? That will be a hit. So you'll be having
pants.
3, 4, 5, and 6. That will be a hit.
Submit.
Now, the frequency count of 3
So it will redirect to our index. And then we have here Successful product update successful. Product update
Yes.
successful.
Now
And then for the
next,
delete, let's
frequency
go now to
count.
our index.
So we'll be having now a hit, another hit.
Ayan, so
So
it
we have
will,
5,
what, for the
3,
delete,
4, 5, and
submit
6.
button.
Hit.
So button, submit,
Okay. So frequency count
product
35,
destroy.
we have hit 2.
So it will redirect to our product destroy,
Next,
product ID.
that will be 6, another hit. So we have 3,
So in
4,
our
5,
controller, we
and
have
6.
the
That will be a
destroy.
hit.
So this is our
Frequency
product
count of
destroy.
6 will be 2.
Delete,
Okay.
product
Now we'll be
deleted
having
successfully.
now
Product deleted successfully.
a page
And so this is
modify.
working. So you can modify
So
this
let's
one,
see frequency
and then you can
count.
create
Sabi niya,
your project, or you
that
can
this
use this one to
frequency
create your
can
own
be rolled
project
out from the
for the
page.
IT students. So
So
this
yung
is working.
pinakamababa ang kanyang frequency
So
count
my video demonstration